just read the list of, and essentially it's general secretions, metabolism, increase in sleep, and it's basically a tonic for the human body, like supreme nutrition. Okay. AKA stem cells, metabolic health, cellular health, all that good stuff.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
Number 7.
Number 7.
What can't it do?
What can't it do? I don't know. Right, if I had a more functioning brain cell, I don't. For me personally, it goes with all ideas, great ideas to do with the great in food, the great in medicine, and the great in technology. So I kind of say, if you're getting the great in the food sorted, which actually helps the mindset. If you've got the great in the natural medicines, that also supports all aspects of your being. But then what's often missing is the great in the technology. So I kind of see it as like, it's not a cure-all, but I think if you bring it in as a culminative, I'm on this journey to become better every day. This complements the great ideas. So for me, it doesn't really fall short of what it's like an A to Z.
Yeah.
So if I was to go to a doctor today with an A to Z pathology, reducing myself to giving my power to another human being today, which is compartmentalized, whereas at least back then I wouldn't have even needed this because he would have been using it on me if I needed it.
Yeah.
So answer that question. Well, if I needed it, then I've got it. But if not, then maybe I might need homeopathy, something a little bit more subtler. So for me, I don't think it falls short. It kind of does what it...
There's nothing in particular that it can't do.
Well, anything regarding pathology, and then if you add then today synthetic biology, so not only is it good for all the common ailments of back then, but it also today segues into what we're dealing with today. So
Correct,
for me, that's like pretty optimum. It's optimized, isn't it?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love to have given like a really one-line answer. If I was equipped with logic and rhetoric, that there would have been a joke in there, but or something. But I'm just not equipped with that. Unfortunately,
I'll send you the questions in advance next time. So you can prepare for
well,
it.
no. But you would have answered. I think you would have answered that better. If you were me, I would have loved to have heard your answer because that would have been a reward. I could learn a lot from you. In the sense of in that respect. He's my elder, really, isn't he? In respect.
Okay.
In many ways.
Right.
Number 8. Yeah.
So number 8.
No disrespect, but that's how I see it.
Number 8. So, can it give you, irrespective of health, can it give somebody a boost? It's energy. Does using it give you extra energy?
Yeah, for sure. I kind of regard it as a chi machine. So chi is life force energy. It kind of grounds you in. And I think what's important is, often a lot of people will be like, oh, 6 minutes, that's not very long. I'm like, well, if you're actually being mindful and you're actually being present, well, isn't that a good thing when you're actually stopping all the noise, getting into a state of present moment? And what was the question?
Yeah, can it give you a boost?
So I see it as essentially it's like you're I kind of see them as living machines. This is not woof, right? This is a living set, analog. So I'm going to my friend. So rather than me going out and going to see someone for laser treatment or going to see a chiropractor or having to drive somewhere, I can just get my physician and just go, thank you very much. Yeah, I need a little bit of a boost, a little charge.
Yeah,
so
it actually gives you energy.
Yes,
you run down.
No.
Just give you that boost.
Yeah, you could see it as more. Yeah, you could see it as like a battery charger.
Perfect.
Or you could see it as like for me, I look at it as like a chi machine, which is like if I stop and get my posture right, if I'm like that, my posture's not too good, is it? I might feel a little bit down, but if I'm like that, feeling good, then that instantly gives me that energy, doesn't it? So that for me, it's complementary to that.
Perfect. Okay. Number 9.
Yeah.
Right. If someone was to ask me, how does it work? Which nearly everyone's going to say to me when I show them before they're going to they're going to say, well, how does it work?
Yeah.
What would be the best answer to give?
What do you mean by that though? In what respect? So I could say, what do you mean mechanically? How does it work?
No, for the actual.
Well, I would say
benefit, not the benefit.
No, this is a great question. Yeah.
If for example, I showed this beautiful piece of kit. It's 1900s, it's tested technology, and what it does is it does this. What for the person who
the layman,
he doesn't need to know the technique. She doesn't need to know the technical aspects of it. But they're not going to let anyone loose on you with this thing that's sparking blue light unless they know how it works. What would you say to them?
So I would say, right. So I could tell you all the things that I know, and it could just go over your head, and you can only share what you know, and it can go over their head. So I kind of say the best way to learn, I can tell you all this stuff, but essentially it's going to come down to you being at home using your machine and developing that relationship with the machine. So in that respect, if they're there, I would say, look, this is what I do with it. People don't do what you say, they do what you do. So if you're using it every day, and then you're like, hey, Jack, I've been using this every day, and he comes around, you're not forcing it on him, you're like, this is what I do. What happened? Well, I think stories tell a lot, don't they?
Sorry, I'm asking more from an explanatory point of view, not what I do with it, but if they want to know, if they said the question to me, how does it work? What does it do?
Well, then what I would do, I would show them.
Does it put plasma in your bloodstream?
No.
You know what I mean?
So you want to know the technicals?
If someone said to me,
So I got. Let me say. So I got a friend, right, who works on a lot of people that have been jabbed. Quite a taboo subject, but they come to him. I'm not a physician, I'm not, this is just what I witness, and that's what he chooses to do, and they come to him and he works on them. And so when I was speaking to him, he's a lovely guy called Gersten, and he said to me, Zish, what it does, now I don't agree with this, but this is in his layman's terms, it puts electrons into the body through the electricity. Well, the question then is really, what is electricity? But for the layman, let's just say it puts electrons into the body, but are they really, because we don't really know what electricity is. We don't even know what water is, do we? But if we just keep it really simple, okay, it puts electricity into the body. What is that electricity? We don't really know, right? So let's just keep it that simple. It's putting electrons.
But then what does that electricity do in the body?
No. So then you got the ether, because back then, so what I would do is say, hey, look at this literature. What does it do? Have a read of this literature. What do you make of it, and then they can read the literature. That empowers them, doesn't it? Rather than you telling them what you think. But this is what I say, it's got electrons from the electricity. This is just, I don't even agree with this now, right? Because I'm always learning. If you're learning new things, you're open to okay, what do the wise men say? The illiterate of the 21st century won't be those that cannot read and write, but will be those that cannot unlearn, relearn and learn again. So I'm like, wow, okay, I thought it was electrons from my mate Gersten, but now I could be wrong. And I think I am. So anyway, but it puts electrons in from the electricity. It puts plasma, ether, in from the plasma, which is actually the combination of the mechanics of the induction coil, which is the copper with the iron, with the rare earth magnetic minerals, hitting at so many thousand miles per hour. For some reason, it creates this beautiful violet ray. Right, so that's your plasma, your photons, right? And then from there, then you've got your ozone. Yes, so it's an ozone. It's a high frequency generator that also generates ozone. It just so happens on the French machines to say anti-parasite. Well, why does it say that? Well, I wonder, so there we go, it says that. I didn't say it, I'm not saying it, I'm just reading to you what it says on the box. When finally, and it works on the lymphatic system as well. It works on the lymphatic, because you're using different tubes on the body. But in a nutshell, what one thing does it do? It focuses on the stem cells of the human body.
Right, so stem cells.
Yeah, but also cellular health. I can drive that into you. It's cellular health and metabolism. That's what it does. Right. So but if you want to get into the mechanics, it's electrons, ether, ozone, and lymphatic.
Yeah, I think
four things.
I think the layperson would probably want to know: does it activate blood cells or?
But I would get them to read that list that I just did of the 6 things.
Okay.
Because I didn't say that. They said that in 1900.
Yeah.
We kind of answered that question already. But
okay.
it's kind of burning in. It's everything to do with cellular health.
Okay.
But then they might not know what cellular health is.
Yeah.
So you could say it's just a battery charger.
Okay.
Charges my battery. You see, you're going to say it your way. You're going to hear what I say, and you're going to be like, well, actually, that just sounds like it's a battery charger. Well, that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You've got your own way of translating it, haven't you, as well?
Okay, next question, number 7. So for general health,
you
know, not for any other reason than for, you know, just general maintenance. Yeah. How often would you use it, the machine?
6 minutes in the morning, 6 minutes in the evening.
Okay.
That's what I would do with anything.
That's for general health. What if the person had some acute problem?
Oh, then you want to do every 2 hours. If it was really acute, every 2 hours.
So, but again, use your instincts, use your gut feeling.
No. But if it was really acute, I'd combine specific nutrition, specific natural medicines, and specific this with maybe an anti-natal triangle, specific bathing, and I would do that, and with the slim spoon and stuff, and I would do that every 2 hours.
So if someone's poorly.
Every 2 hours. Every 2 hours. But that would be with essential oils. That would be with you know, if you were back in the days of like the 1900s, they'd be feeding you like in the infirmary. They'd be giving you bone broth, wouldn't they? Like bone stew, broth stew. I'd want to have like Epsom salt baths. I'd want to have some specific essential oils and some tinctures, and then I'd be using my machine and maybe having some, you know. But using the machine then is like you're moving. You know, if I got something going on my breast, I might use some pink pepper essential oil. If I got something going on my prostate, I might use or my kidneys or my adrenals. I might be using rosemary oil or lemongrass or something like that. You know, so it's like if I got something going on in my joints, I might use wintergreen, lemongrass, basil, essential oils. You know, because essential oils are very underrated, but not all essential oils are created equal. You want Des Rosier essential oils, but that's why, and I would combine that. I don't think on its own, you know, you could, but I would combine it because you've got to ask yourself, why did this happen to me in the first place? So, okay, well, now I've got to a point where I'm open to change, but if you want things and you have to change, you've got to change the way you do things, else expecting change and not making change is insanity, isn't it? So you'd want to start to bring in slight, you know, okay, you know, it's like saying, I've got cancer, and now I'm doing Rick Simpson's cancer oil, but then it could become a crutch if you don't change your whole lifestyle. Well, why did that happen? Oh, you know, maybe I was breathing in a specific toxin over a certain time, or, you know, or maybe I'm using a specific detergent on my clothes and breathing something in every day, which is messing up my endocrine system. So you've got to really start to then, hopefully, at that point, the human beings having a breakaway and thinking, shit, look at all this, look at that, you know, and they start to change.
So they should attack it on all levels. But
I kind of say it's like interoperable because they're attacking us on every level. So you need to. So this is like a weapon of mass construction. Construction.
So this element of the health, this part of it, you could use it up to every 2 hours.
Every 2 hours.
Perfect, okay.
No, in acute situations.
In acute situations.
And with anything, you would do every 2 hours.
With general maintenance, twice a day would be just
twice a day.
Yeah.
If you can even do that, I think once a day is good start. Once a day, maintain it. But I kind of say with anything, it's small amounts consistent over a long period of time. That's important.
Can I just
you don't clean your teeth on one day and then give it a break for 7 days, do you? You don't put your makeup on one day, do you? Or whatever. Washing my clothes on one day. You know.
Right. Okay. Next. Thank you. Right. Next one. I just want to discuss as quickly as we can some specific ailments.
Yes.
And just some examples. Which kind of.
And what I recommend with this is like literally print up the manual, laminate it, and you've got the whole A to Z.
Okay. Well, just as examples. So
what question are we on?
Well, number 11.
And how many have we got?
20.
Okay.
All right. So for example, how
do they do burgers in here? Beef burgers.
We'll get you burgers.
You might need some brain food. Oh, is it reserved? What time are we on?
Do you want to have to score?
All right.
Yeah, we've got an hour. We've got plenty of time. Right. Okay. So just some examples. So how would you deal with blood pressure? Someone with blood pressure. What would be the how would this machine benefit someone with blood pressure? It's an awkward one, but
no, it's not an awkward one. So blood pressure, I would just use the machine. I would just use it. So like, if it's I would work on the spine. No, it depends on the human. So you could use it on the feet. You could use it just by using it would actually help your blood pressure because you'd actually start to calm down. So actually, by using the machine would actually, just by using it, would actually help. But well, then, what body part with blood pressure? It's like it's more of a stress-related thing. So it depends on like what's coming up for you. So they might be like, oh, I've got something going on in my neck. So I always say you've got to be intuitive with this. If you're using it, you know, it's like someone goes in, they've got Lyme's disease, but well, today you might not be dealing with Lyme. They've reduced themselves to a diagnosis. But I just think by just using the machine would actually help with. So I'd go like this up here, because that's the vein to the brain, and so that would just calm things down. That's what I would do.
Well, that's good. But so just going back to the general health thing,
and I would use some essential oils.
Because
they were using 2 oils. They were using pine essential oil, and they were using eucalyptus essential oil. So by using the essential oils, and also I would use the ozone generator and just go like this. Just breathe in something, you pump it. There's a video in my group. You just breathe it in, and that would just calm things down.
Okay. Just going back to the general health, you said twice a day.
Yeah.
What body part would you use?
I would use the ozone generator.
Not blood pressure.
Yeah.
For the general health, where you said before.
For general health,
you
use this one, the mushroom, surface mushroom electrode.
And over what part of your body for general?
Any part of the body.
Anything, just over general.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, the next specific ailment would be rheumatism.
Yes.
How would you deal with rheumatism?
Okay, so with rheumatism, I might use this one, or I might use a sciatic brush or something like. I would use this one. Let me put this down, and I would find the point that was maybe something going on in my knee, and I would use something like that or a sciatic brush. There's a metal filament brush. Have you got one in your case? The metal filament brush. Metal brush, there, right there, that one, up there, So now, whereas I say with something like this, it might be something like quite internal, like arthritis going on in there. You might want to drive it in, but if it's something maybe like a tennis elbow or something, clicky, you might want to do a bit of charge, like a little bit of get the nerves stimulated. Right.
Okay.
Joints stimulated, etc. Right.
So, all right, something pain related, like migraine.
Migraine. I would use something like this electrode, and I would work on different parts of the skull. Different parts of the skull. That's what I would do, and I would use it if you're having migraines every season. Maybe if you're a woman, or full moon's coming up and something dental goes on, whatever, gives you a migraine, I would use it before you know it's going to happen, because then you're like getting ahead of it, aren't you?
Yeah, okay. Something like back pain.
So back pain, you would use the spinal
joint, right.
Or the massage roller. Do you have a massage roller in there? Massage roller, it might be in the bottom. Let's have a look. No, you haven't got a massage roller.
Okay.
No, but I might have a spare one in my van.
That's all right.
That's the spinal. So working on the spine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So it is all right. Yeah. How about a different type of group? How about sleep problems?
Sleep problems. Just using the machine.
Okay.
Just use the machine.
Okay.
Because that's a side effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one. How about things such as mental health, depression?
Brain. Liver, abdomen, rosemary oil over here, working with the arbor vitae, the ozone generator, working on the brain, working on the feet, working on the spine. So I'd work on the spine or the feet and or the abdomen. Here is a lot of anger and stuff, so working on the liver. And again, it's not just one thing, combine other things too. That's what I do anyway. That's what I do. I don't just rely on my machine. I'm not looking for a band-aid, I'm just looking for extra tools that support the vision that I want.
Okay. Number 12.
Which I don't want to be reliant upon anybody else. It's self-reliance, isn't it?
Of course. Well, that's the
empowering,
empowerment.
Yeah.
Right. Is there any part of the body where it shouldn't be used?
Yes. Right. So if you've got a pacemaker, great question. If you've got a pacemaker, if you've got metal parts in your body, I wouldn't use it over the metal part in the body. but I would use it on the other leg that hasn't got the metal, or the hip that hasn't got it in there. They can't use it if they've got a pacemaker.
Of course. Yeah.
And then if you've got jewellery on, or if you're wearing some kind of funky hairspray that could be flammable, wouldn't wear anything flammable on your body. And maybe if you've got some metal on you, just take the metal off. It's just common sense, right?
Yeah. So if someone had a pacemaker, would they not use it at all?
No. No.
It can't be electrically inspired.
No.
That's fine. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So it's always a question to be asked.
Yeah.
Okay, then, yeah. Okay.
No, good question. That's what I said.
What about over the heart?
Yeah, no, over the heart's fine because they got the heart electrode. Open the case. Have you got a heart spiral? No heart spiral. No.
Right,
okay. But there's a heart spiral, right?
So there is
there's an actually heart one. Yeah. Because the heart isn't really a pump. So you can use the heart spiral, but also you can use the spine, because the spine works on all the organs. So all of the organs, so it's all the ventricles, and then obviously there's much more to it, isn't there?
So putting a high voltage across the chest isn't
going
to affect the heart?
No.
That's fine,
No, well they wouldn't have a heart spiral, would they, otherwise?
Well, this is why.
No, but it's a good question, Now, if I spoke to a modern engineer that works with this stuff, he might say don't, but I don't agree with that. I think you can, if you're competent.
Okay, so what are the actual levels of output?
If you were in a state of fear, then I wouldn't do that anyway. Because you're like, well, why would you do that? If you feared that, then that's going to do more damage than good, isn't it? But if you're empowered that, oh look, they've got a heart spiral, I'm going to specifically use my heart spiral, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, thank you. That's on 13, right. So what are the actual level of outputs? Obviously they've got dials you can turn up the dial. Is there a particular level that you would use? Does it depend on the kind of the depth you want to get into the body? What's the rule about the level of power that you're using?
Oh yeah,
how do you measure that? How many?
So again, that's intuition. That's how it sounds. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, so give me the machine. Give me your machine.
You recording this or you?
No, but I'll just pause that. Okay, pause that. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay. Have you got? Can you pass me that tea cloth? There. Yeah. Thank you. So what was the question?
Yeah. So the question is the level of output.
Oh yeah.
How much is safe to use?
Yeah.
What should you use? And is it specific to an amplifier?
Okay. With that. Give me that.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So I'm gonna. If you want to stand up a minute, I'll show you. Right. So I'm gonna plug it in. Okay. Now this has got two ones, but we'll just put one. Well, I'll give you one each. The leather, it's quite nice, isn't it? There you go. So, right, one's for you, and then one's for you. You're welcome. Right now, what I will do. The best thing to do is to demonstrate, isn't it? Because then you can see. Right. So if I give you these mushroom. Right. This is how you put it in, like that. Straight out like that. Yeah. Always hold it there. You can see they've made that there. Okay, never hold it there because you'll get arcing. Okay, so hold it there. And then one for you. So, which one? Oh, this is the wound healer, right? This is wound healer. Okay, now on this particular set, right, literally, if I, so from here, 1 to 5, this could be for internal, over there. Switch it on. This can be for internal, from there. So it's quite gentle. It's gentle, very gentle, right? Internal. So I'm working on something, now I'm going a little bit more medium. This is medium. Okay. That's a medium. Then I want something strong for my arthritis. Stronger. See, stronger. See? You smell the ozone. Smell the ozone? You smell it. Smell it. Don't you put it on your skin. Connect your skin. See? Okay, so there you go. That's it. Now, that's one. So that was very simple, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. So let me show you this. I'm answering your question, by the way. So here we go. Straight out. Yeah, over straight out like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. If you take this set over to you and do that, and then I'll set the other one up. So take those. Okay. Got it. Okay. So this is all part of the same demonstration. I want to just show it to you, the difference. So we just did the Tiger Zone, which was it's just one simple aspect to it. There's not much more going on. It's very, very simple. Have you got that? Yeah, cool. Okay. Now this is a little bit different because that's that one. That's a German one. Now this one's got an ozone aspect to it. So here we go. So they had like an ozone generator as well, which I've got one. I can send you in. Right. So with this, right now, in there like that, hold it. Yeah, I always hold it at the base. Now if I put this on, now with this one, a lot of times I'll sell these and they'll be like, it doesn't work. And think about it like this, back in the day, imagine now giving a boomer a bloody Walkman. You're like, what's that? Isn't it? So imagine this then, 1920. Right, so you just turn it. Now this is what you were asking about the turn it, because it says mild, right? So I'm going to switch it on, right there, on. Violet ray on. It's not on. Right. No, right, so when I start, so sometimes people buy the machines because they hear it, the machine. I always use, because you're using all the sensors, aren't you? Right, so we just started, right? Starting. Right, answer your question, I never really use it on full. I find what I like this. Right there. Yeah. No, go like that. Now, watch. When I go for internal, remember I was saying a bit more gentle on the internal? Yeah. Now go external. We're there. Does that make a difference? We're there. No, external. We're there. There should be a slight difference. We're there, let me see. Might be the shoots. We're there. Oh, there's usually a slight difference, wouldn't there? Might be their electricity, wouldn't it? With the tube. Yeah, the tube. Yeah, but for some reason, oh yes, the internal. So the internal is more. Yeah, try. Okay, internal. External. One will be more stronger than the other, is what I'm trying to say. There should be a slight difference between one. One's weaker and one's stronger.
External's stronger, yeah. But internal.
Yeah.
It should be, yeah.
There's a slight, yeah. But we were talking about it, and we were like, what was it? Because my mate was going, oh, it's the internal. I said, no. And then I can't remember what it was now, but we were like, no, you'd need more for the internal or less for one of the, it's one of the two.
I would have thought internal would have to be more sensitive.
Yes, you need less. Yeah,
it's well, less. That's how it felt,
Yeah. And then external, you need a little bit more gump.
Yeah, that's how it felt, yeah.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So in there, you got your spine, yeah. These are nice sets. Mahogany, gold leaf.
That's beautiful, yeah.
It's a beautiful set.
That's how they used to make things back in the day, didn't
Yes.
Built to last, obviously.
Yeah, built to last. Well, it's 100 years, and it's got static brush. Let's see if that makes a difference. Usually it's a little bit more significant. So I've got something going on my joints. Oh, I need a little bit of spark going into my joints. And when you do it over cloth, make sure you're wearing cotton or something pure, not synthetic, back to what you're wearing, and then that adds a little bit more gump as well. Right. You need a little bit more power. Oh, my nerves are hurting. Have a little bit of a cotton cloth or some silk.
So it can be done over the clothing then?
Yeah.
But over cotton clothing.
Cotton, silk, cashmere, synthetic. You know, like polyester.
Avoid polyester.
Yeah, and if you ever want to change all your clothing and shit, I can help you with that. You know, if you want to get all like, you know, if you want to some nice camel hair tank tops and nice camel hair duvet, I can help you out.
So then Matalan, do they? No, right, okay.
But if you want any of that, I can help. I can genuinely help.
We will be in touch, my friend.
Yeah. You know, there's... Anyway, they get there. These are one of my favourite sets because they've got beeswax coils in them. Yeah, lovely.
I've seen that on video.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah, beautiful.
All right. Are we still on the questions?
We are still on the questions.
Let's go.
14.
Do you want this beauty then? Do you think?
Yeah.
She's beauty, isn't it? She is.
Beautiful pussycat.
Yeah. I will dig out if I've got some literature. I'll put some in the post to you or whatever.
Perfect.
Okay. Go for it. All right. Cool. All right.
Okay, do I reposition yourself?
Yep. Okay, so we just did a live demo. Some things are just better shown rather than explained. I kind of like, okay, good. Okay. That's your leather for inside the case.
Okay, right.
In fact, if you give me your case back, I'll get it all nice again. The journey.
Thank you.
Okay. Beside the zone. And its rightful owner. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how deep does it actually penetrate into the body?
If you could measure, I think it goes like, I don't know, but if it works, if you can get your ailments down in 2 weeks, 80%. I've had friends get it down in like 75% in like a few days. So I think it actually goes. You know, especially if you're using something like this or a neon, then you're driving it in deeper. But just by the very idea of that going in, you're driving it in deeper. You're localizing it and driving it in.
Yeah.
So
does it go as far as? Does it go as far as organs? I mean, let's say someone had.
Oh yeah, no, it does. Yeah,
kidney.
Yeah.
Does it penetrate as deep as that?
No. So in the literature, if you look at the literature. I'll send you something when I get home. It literally clearly states in every literature, German, French, whichever literature, they all say the same thing. You work on the spine, it switches on the organs. Now, if you talk to a biomechanic fascia specialist, which I do, he says it's switching on the stem cells. Because if your liver is funky or your kidneys are funky, then the rest of your body ain't going to work. It's like having a car with like bad oil.
Yeah.
So or whatever, you know, or you haven't changed the tyres or whatever, you know, like, so spark plugs aren't changed. So when on the literature, they're showing you clearly to work on the spine, and they show you clearly that it's the organs. So they're telling you, like, if you've got eyes to see, they're saying switch the body on. Now you could do that on the foot, or you could do that on the spine. That's why I say spine or foot.
Yeah.
That's important.
So for example,
because you got your reflexology on the foot, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Where's that bit of leather? A little bit of leather. Thank you.
Yeah. So, for example, Alison's father has problems with his kidneys.
Yeah.
So you can
work on his right. So get the is he on dialysis? No. Okay. So get the Write down this Des Rosier, DEZROSIER, essential oils. And the one for him is rosemary essential oil. Get the rosemary essential oil. Okay, and then you get the rose, and also get the arbor vitae. ARBOVITAE. And then frankincense and eucalyptus. Now they use 50-50 arbor vitae with eucalyptus. But then the frankincense will help him too. And then you put that on his. Can you write that down?
Yeah.
Eucalyptus. See,
Yeah,
you got it. All right, now with him, you massage some oil, like carrier oil, with some eucalyptus and rosemary, or eucalyptus and arbor vitae. Rub it into his back here, but then work on his spine. Yeah, with the machine, work on his spine. But then it wouldn't harm to work on these points here, his adrenals and all that stuff. And also research cordyceps mushroom. I can link you to it. Yeah, but there's a specific tincture that comes out of Isle of Wight. Tincture from Isle of Wight. Right, tincture Isle of Wight. I can link you to it if you need to. But the cordyceps will help him with his energy and stamina. Yeah, he needs to boost up his energy.
And his legs are bad.
His legs are bad. Yeah, so you can work on his legs. Work on his legs. But rosemary is really important for the kidneys. Rosemary.
His legs are very
So you can eat rosemary. Oh, really?
from down to there.
Yeah. You're welcome, sir. Oh.
So you his legs though.
So bathing him in bathing is all good. In the salts, borax.
Borax, yeah.
Yeah, borax, Epsom salt, grey salt, all that stuff.
Yeah, magnesium. Borax and magnesium, yeah.
Epsom salt,
Epsom,
trisodium phosphate's good as well. Trisodium phosphate.
Sodium phosphate.
Yeah, trisodium phosphate, and maybe I'll get you a copper recipe as well.
Copper.
No, yeah, copper. Yeah, get him on the bone broth, and just needs to. Part of him must be in a state of fight or flight. So it's just important, like bee pollen's good, anything like that. Deer antler, get him on a course of oysters. Get him some nice Rossmore oysters. Would you like that?
We don't know. We shall try.
Does he like oysters?
Well, if he don't like them, I'll have them. I know that. That's for sure.
Yeah, good.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so
much.
Because
I just hit it from everywhere. You just want to calm things down. Nice bone broth, like beef and gravy, all that kind of good stuff.
Okay, the next question would have been about metal parts in the body, but you've already answered that, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We've talked about holding it over any particular area of the body, you've said about that. Just on the equipment, what do you call the actual parts? For somebody who has a machine, do you call that a wand? What do you call the glass tubes? Do you call
vacuum tubes or glass electrodes? Vacuum tubes or glass electrodes.
So my piece of kit, for example.
Yeah.
So what would you call this?
So that's the housing.
That's the housing. Just the housing.
Yeah, just the housing. Yeah, the high frequency housing with the induction coils. They're two dual wands.
And they're called wands.
Wands, and then all the tubes are glass electrodes. Yeah, and then from left to right, me looking at you, left to right. Hair comb, spinal, surface, cauterizer, nasal, urethral, dental, rectal, eyelid, tonsil, sciatic brush, intensifier, single eye, tongue. It was really important. Then we got insulated ear, neon bridge, surface, condenser, double eye, wound healer, gynecological, and ozone generator. Which with the ozone generator, you'll need to get like a sphygmometer thing for like the pump on your blood pressure to put on the end of that.
Yeah.
Like a pump. Yeah. That's for doing the brain thing and the blood pressure.
That's got two little nozzles on it. Is
that
to actually go up the nose?
Yeah. You just by the nose there.
Just there.
Yeah, and then pump.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, we'll talk through that
in
more detail another time.
I've got a video in the group.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. You've all covered.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we're nearly there now.
Yeah.
So that's on to what you call each part. What's a typical number of uses in different pain relief? Nope, we've covered that. Is there an actual number of uses in a day? We've covered that.
I think we should go into because our parts.
Cosmetic
Yeah,
use.
amazing for skin.
What
That's what I said at the beginning. Remember at the beginning, use it on the skin and the face. Yeah, skin and face, all over. It's really good for all things related to skin.
For anti-aging, wrinkles.
Yeah.
Is there a particular piece of apparatus?
The mushroom or the hair. So think about it. What do you like? Hair, mushroom, those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the hair.
Yeah.
And the mushroom.
Yeah. So on the face again, 2 sessions a day, just to,
yeah. Complexion, nutrition. It's in the photos. Like the women are there, like using it. It's it's amazing.
And the ozone, is that particularly for one particular thing? Because this machine has an ozone setting.
Yeah, I'll send. If I've got a mask, I'll send you one. Yes, because that just does it. That's got the ozone there.
Yeah.
In this one, they had a mask, but they're very difficult to find the mask. I might have a mask, and you can just make a tube.
That has an actual setting in it.
Yeah, for the ozone. Yeah.
Does that one have a setting?
No, because it's all built in.
Into the.
Yeah, but it's actually built into there too. But because this was earlier, they were just like, they were just playing, right? So they were going, there's the ozone generator. But in there, it's all complete as one. In here, they just sectioned it off a bit.
Okay.
Right.
Good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Perfect.
What a great